Jaguar Wright told us that Jay-Z was worse than Diddy. And we're going to go ahead and deep dive this Jay-Z and Diddy connection to show just how deep this might actually go. The one thing I can't stand is seeing these photos of Jay-Z and Diddy with Aaliyah. It makes me sick to my stomach. We know that Diddy and Jay-Z have both been friends with R. Kelly for years, and Jay-Z continued to make albums with R. Kelly after all the information came out with him and Aaliyah. And I'd say this is because Jay-Z was pretty comfortable with the fact that he knew he also wanted Aaliyah, and honestly, so did Diddy. And Aaliyah's death has never sat right with me. There are so many sketchy things around her death that just don't make sense. The fact that Aaliyah was given a substance and knocked unconscious and then was carried onto this plane that she didn't want to get on because she thought that something was wrong with it that led to her death is just crazy. There's also even more disturbing information about Aaliyah's pilot of that plane, and they said that he had just joined the program 2 days prior before the flight, and he wasn't even supposed to be the pilot on that flight.
Aaliyah was sitting in a taxi as her team and the flight crew argued nearby about whether or not to take off, and she complained of having a headache. Now, reportedly, a baggage handler nearby said that someone from her entourage gave her a pill. She took the pill, and that right after, she fell into a very deep sleep. So deep, in fact, that she was carried onto the airplane still asleep and may not have even been aware that she was on the airplane. Now, we should say we don't know what that pill was. It could have been aspirin. Maybe she was just very tired from a long video shoot, and the baggage handler did say that she took it willingly, but it does reveal some new information about those final moments.
After the crash, investigators determined the small plane was carrying about 700 pounds over its limit, and this is important, the center of gravity was too far back in the aircraft.
The pilot did not want to make this trip, and he reportedly argued with Aaliyah's team because he thought that it was unsafe. So he did make those calculations, and he did decide that it was unsafe. However, after protracted negotiation, they went through with that flight. Now, we did also learn some new things about this pilot. According to autopsy results, he had both alcohol and cocaine in his system.
The pilot
did.
Whoa.
He was not the authorized pilot for that plane, and he had just joined that company a few days prior to that flight. So he was very new with that company.
Another crazy instance that I think about is Jay-Z and Blue Cantrell, and Diddy was obviously in this photo as well, but he is cut out, but he's right there next to Kim Porter. Now, it was rumored that Jay-Z and Blue Cantrell had an affair going on while he was dating Beyonce. Blue Cantrell actually did an interview with Wendy Williams where she talked about sleeping with Jay-Z, and then shortly after that interview released, Blue Cantrell was hospitalized after ranting that she was poisoned on the streets. Blue Cantrell went running through the streets ranting about people trying to unalive her until police took her into custody for a physical evaluation. Blue Cantrell was running around the streets screaming that somebody was trying to unalive her by giving her poisonous gas.
Jay-Z.
Oh my God!
I heard he's hung like a horse blue. I know Beyonce. Did she really have him locked down?
I think so. I think they're in love.
It's politics speaking.
No, I really do think they're in love. I have a big crush on him, though. I'll tell you that much. I still have a crush on him now. No, I didn't. No, I'm really selective about it.
What?
Really. I really like him, though. And I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him, though.
If he came in right now and we were all not here.
What?
I'm just saying, you're in New York.
Yeah, okay. And what?
If you ran into him and everything was right, would you make that play?
I wouldn't turn it down. Let's just put it that way.
Another time that I think about is when Jay-Z was allegedly dating an underage Foxy Brown.
I love Jay, and I'm not. I want to say that too. And I just spoke to Jay this morning.
How is the sex? Is he hung like a horse?
Oh my God,
that's what Artie says.
It's unbelievable.
Is he?
Jay's one. Let me tell you something. No one can do what Jay and I do. Like for real. It's a trainer in this industry that I have genuine love for. Like real diehard love for. And it's Jay. For real.
You're strong. That was her first. Art, you think she and J Bone? You don't have to acknowledge it, Foxy. Just Art.
Remember, I'm a lot younger than
Exactly. And so is Beyonce. He likes him younger.
10-year-old girl did it, you know, which is odd, but, you know, like I said, we grow up fast. Just needed a person who fit take that position, that, girl versus guy call and response, because that's what it is. It's just a fun girl versus guy type of thing.
He was like, okay, why don't we just talk about real life? And I was like, give me 20 minutes.
I've been there since I was 15 years old, so it was like really getting a divorce. And
I guess sometimes people forget you started very young.
I started at 15, for real, real age.
It show.
25, and that's the real age.
It show.
And then you have Jay-Z and Maya, where it was alleged that Jay-Z had her blackballed from the industry because she turned down his advances.
Those in power, that want to abuse it and get off on abusing it, definitely plot on their prey, and you have to be willing to sacrifice anything that you think you might benefit from, a career, etc., and say no, period. Sometimes that doesn't translate as far as what you are allowed to have, what you have access to. You will be blackballed. You will be talked about. You will be shitted on. You will be rumored about. But you have to stand strong on what you don't care for. It's not that serious to me, if I have to sell my soul. And people will still try to manipulate the perception of you.
And then we have Jay-Z and Rihanna, where Jaguar Wright alleged that Rihanna was trafficked here from Barbados to Jay-Z. The fact that this record deal signing took place at 3 a.m. has never made sense to me, and the fact that Jay-Z looked at Rihanna and said, you have two choices. You can either sign this record deal and walk out the door, or I can throw you out the window and we're on the 42nd floor. I literally couldn't imagine being only 15 years old, flying to a whole different country by yourself in the middle of the night to meet with these music executives, and then they say some crazy shit like that. And then you have all of the allegations about Jay-Z and Free from 106 & Park, and Jaguar Wright has also talked about this, how they allegedly had a baby together, and then Jay-Z blackballed her from the industry. And last but not least, we cannot forget about Jay-Z's alleged pregnant mistress, who ended up having a brain aneurysm right before she was getting ready to go to the media and leak that she was pregnant with Jay-Z's baby. And here we have again Diddy right here in this picture. There is Kathy White, there is Jay-Z, and there is Diddy. Jaguar Wright said when all of these allegations come out about Jay-Z, it's going to be worse than everything that we've heard about Diddy, because Jay-Z is very calculated and he basically knows how to keep everything shh. And now everybody's on edge waiting to see what Diddy is going to do, because a lot of people think he's going to snitch, which might be likely because we know that Diddy is an addict. Jay-Z has been quiet as a church mouse and hasn't said a word about his friend and all the allegations against him. Cat Williams wasn't lying when he said 2024 was going to go out with a bang, and I honestly can't wait to hear what might come out about Jay-Z. But you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.